I guess some other kind of, I don't know, odds and ends about Beetlejuice that you may or may not know. We'll wrap this the more you know moment up. It's more than a moment. It's more you know minutes, I guess. But, speaking of Michael Keaton, he was not the original choice for the titular role. Byrne actually wanted, I cannot picture this in any way, shape, or form. He wanted Sammy Davis Jr. Suffice it to say, he didn't get that. Michael Keaton actually was David Geffen's choice. And I guess if you're the boss and you're fronting the money to produce the movie and distribute and what have you, you kind of have a little bit of a say. But, even with that, Sammy wasn't the only actor that was slated for the movie role. What I never knew was Angelica Houston was all set to play Delia, but she basically backed out due to an illness. She was all set and ready to be the actress for there, but the illness kind of precluded her from doing that. Obviously, she gets a dark role, if you want to call it dark role, in the Addams Family later, so it worked out for her. Also with that, and again, I can't see this, but Kirstie Alley was she was actually the first choice for Barbara Maitland, but in this situation, she could not act it because she couldn't get out of her contract she was acting with Cheers at the time. For Lydia, Winona Ryder was definitely not the first choice. Supposedly there was a long litany of other stars at the time, going from Molly Ringwald, Diane Lane, Brooke Shields, Sarah Jessica Parker. There's a bunch of other ones that are in there. So she's way down the list. And before she got the role, Julia Lewis had actually auditioned for it, but Tim Byrne pulled her in after seeing her act in, I think the movie was Lucas. Don't quote me on that. But he brought her on to star in the role. Again, he turned it on its head and it'd be a totally different movie. I don't know if it'd be the same type of thing if you had those other actors and actresses in there. But, the movie itself, Beetlejuice, it's named after Beetlejuice, which is one of the stars in Orion's Belt. And it was so disliked by the studio, they just wanted a completely different alternate title, and they actually kind of came up with House Ghosts. Byrne suggested the title of Scared Sheetless, as a joke in reference to the scene from the movie. The studio liked this idea, but Byrne quickly put his foot down and demanded that it be left as Beetlejuice. So, we'd be talking about Scared Sheetless beer. And lastly but not least, there was actually, and there's always been talk of a sequel for Beetlejuice, but back in the late 80s, like right after this come out, there was a screen treatment that was done, and there was a sequel. It was be called Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, or Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii, whatever you want to call it. And it was scripted, but it was never made into production, basically because the Batman series, the first two Batmans, they demanded out a sequel off to the original Batman. But the premise of the movie, and this blows my mind, is that it follows the Deetz family as they go to Hawaii to develop a resort. And surprise, surprise, it's planned above a ancient burial ground. And supposedly, Beetlejuice saves the day by winning a surf competition of all things. I kind of wish this had gotten made in some way, because it just sounds completely, absolutely crazy. But with that, there's your more than moments, minutes, whatever, about Beetlejuice.